Hello, all my night owls. Come on in, everybody.
That's it.
Oh, no, 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 no. Find myself. Hi, guys. It's Jeanette with Backroom Creations. Come on in. Let me know where you're watching from, because I hope you are warmer than me. Good evening, everybody. There we go. You guys wouldn't mind sprinkling. Hi, Patty. You're still awake. How are you? Hope everybody's having a good night. It is a chilly. Last time I checked, it was like 28 degrees. It is cold. Cold, cold, cold. So if you guys wouldn't mind sprinkling me out, I would much appreciate it. Hello, Tracy. Yes. I get jealous when I'm watching everybody from out west and they're like 40 some degrees, 50 degrees. I'm like, I know. That's what my husband said. He goes, just stay home tomorrow. I'm like, can't do that. So come on in, everybody. It's Jeanette with Our Backroom Creations. Come on in. We are going to make a wreath for my son store. He's like, Mom, I got Thanksgiving on there or fall on there. I'm like, okay. So I'm going to show you guys another camera view. If you're watching this now and you don't see the like button up top, there, you're probably watching the replay. So put hashtag replay for me and let me know where you're watching me from. I'd much appreciate it. So now you can kind of see what I'm doing if I don't disconnect the live. So we're going to make what we call a pancake wreath, but first we need to prep our sign. I made this tonight for my son. So I am a sign maker. I have tons of signs on my website, but I made that one for my son tonight. I use cable mounts. Hi, Carolyn. How are you? Hi, Nancy. Minnesota. Ooh, I know Minnesota gets cold. So these are cable mounts. Electricians use them to run zip ties and stuff through. I don't use them by themselves. I put a little bit of DAP super glue to help make sure that they stay on, because you never know where your wreath is going, if it might be hot. Thank you, Carolyn. I much appreciate it. Hi, Ellen. You're good. That's great. My granddaughter's sick, and knock on wood, I hope I don't get cold today. My cheeks are really red. Yes. Oh, gosh. I grew up in Illinois where the temperatures get a lot colder. I'm in Ohio now. Hi, Mary. Hope everybody's having a good night. So I just put these on the super glue. I do this first because I want it to set up. It takes about 30 minutes. Got me a little paper towel, just so that doesn't stay wet. Hi, Belinda. Hey, B, how you doing? All right. So we're just going to set this off to the side. So there's our sign that we're using tonight. So this is a pancake wreath. Hey, Ellen, I'm doing good. Made by Melissa Morrow from Sincerely Creative Mom. And basically it's a really thin wreath. If you live in those states that we all have storm doors, you know, our great big wreaths don't fit. So normally I have this part done, but I thought I'd show you tonight. Hi, Denise. So we put 12 pipe cleaners on our wreath frame. And the 6 here will be in the inside. So if you ever try to make a wreath and you're putting these on and they slide around, try pulling them just a little bit tighter. So when I crisscross them, I pull and twist. If you still have a little bit of issue, you can dab a little glue on there. I did that when I first started making wreaths. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't like the pipe cleaners from the Dollar Tree. I usually try to buy them at a supplier, or locally I'll buy them at like Michael's. So we have them on the cross members and on the inside, and now we're going to do in the middle of every single one of those sections. And you want to use 2 rows. So each wire is a row. So the inside ones are on the last 2 rows, and these will be on the first 2. Hey, Pat Gilman, how are you? So since this is a pancake, we'll only have 12. When I make a big poofy wreath, I use 18. So if you have never watched me before, let me know that you're new. I started as a wreath maker 3.5 years ago, but I dabble in, you name it. I like all crafts. Even got into some resin this year. Wasn't my favorite thing to do. So messy. And I did the pouring paint. I'm cold, Pat. And try not to get sick. My granddaughter is sick. She woke up this morning with a sore throat and a headache. Well, hi, Mary. First time watching from Montana. Welcome. If you guys aren't following, I'd love to make new friends. I don't get to go live every day or even every other day. I'm hoping that'll change. I'm getting a different job, so have some set hours. So now that we have all of our ties on, we have 12. So first we're going to work on the outside. And this is called deco mesh. This is called a border mesh. And then this one is a foil mesh. And they're cut to 20 inches. Actually, I think this one was cut to 25. It was already cut. Grab a couple clothespins back here. So if you've ever meshed with deco mesh, you know that it frays. So we roll it up on each end to hide the cut mark. And that helps with the frame. And then we're just going to ruffle up the middle. So all of our methods have a name. And I just did this wrong. We're making a pancake. We're not making a big one. It's late. My husband goes, why did you say that you'll go live at 10? I'm like, I don't know. So we're gonna bend it over about 1 inch to hide that. And we're just gonna scrunch up the middle. The other one is for a bigger wreath that does not go in between storm doors. But a lot of people here in Ohio, if you're from a cold state. So by doing that, kind of makes a circle. We're just going to wrap it around on itself. Makes a pancake. And then we're going to alternate our colors. Sometimes I just use all one color. So you want your curl up. I think these are cut at 25, or what you curl down. I'm sorry. Curl down. Fold it over about 1 inch. And then we're just going to ruffle. This is just a normal ruffle. And then I like to fold that other one down. Hi, Darlia from Darche Designs. I love Christmas time. I love glitter. I like, on my last live, we were talking about the styles, and I love all kinds of styles. I like some primitive. I like farmhouse. I like industrial farmhouse too. I like some rustic. But then I like glitter too. My husband said, "You'd be the only one person to glitter or grunge some glitter." I'm like, you can't grunge glitter, then it wouldn't be glitter anymore. Oh, thank you. This is the first year that I actually have all my Christmas in my house. I have a local shop that I'm in. That looks small. That one is small. These were already cut and in a bag. I think that was oh, I thought these were cut and they're not. So I guess we're just going to cut some. No big deal. I keep a lot of my open rolls in a bag and I label it how many pieces it would be. That's probably what I did is I measured it. There's 4. Don't you go off my table. If you didn't have a rotary cutter, you can cut them with a scissors. There's a lot of designers that do it with scissors. Okay, let's try this again. Now getting into the smaller part of the roll, they roll up on you real easy. Hi, Brenda. Welcome. I know I am usually not on this late, but I had signed up for this one to work out with a previous schedule that I no longer have. So it's all good though. So we're just alternating our colors. Hey, Mr. Harrison, how are you? How are you and the missus, Ricky? This one's for my son. He reminded me that his tree is up, but his door has a fall wreath on it. I said, all right. Actually kind of proud of my son. He's doing a little decorating. He's got his own place all by himself now. He broke up with his fiance and got over all that. Oh, you know, never a dull moment here. I have a new house, well, not a guest. I have my 15-year-old granddaughter living with us now. So we are no longer empty nesters again. Okay, so here is our outside. You can see that we need to put our ribbon tails before we go to the inside, or else it's very hard to get to. So I have 4 different ribbons that we're going to use. In matching the sign, we have the green and the red and the lime green. And then here also. I thought I had some elf ribbon, but I must have used it up. So these are cut at 14 inches, and I always fold mine in half. That keeps your pears together because, you know, one time I did mix my pears up. These are 14 inches long. And we'll just lay them out. All of them. There we go. Hi, Jill. I usually leave it about 1/4 of an inch, and then I just turn that over. I used to cut them flush, but I screwed up a sequence and I had to undo it. So now, hey girl, I leave a little bit in case, you never know, nobody's perfect. Might have to redo some ribbon tails. But decorating is in full swing. I'm probably not going to decorate as much as I have in years past. I used to put lights up everywhere and outside. My granddaughter asked for lights for her room. I'm like, you want Christmas lights? She's like, well, Grandpa got her some strip lights. You spread them out like that, then you can see all 4 of your tails. You can see what color they are. Nope, this one. Has everybody got their tree up or not yet? My tree goes up the night before Thanksgiving, and then after Thanksgiving dinner, the grandkids decorate it. I didn't have all the grandkids here this year, so my sons helped me decorate it too. So we just keep on going around when we get the outside done, and then we'll go to the inside. I did go ahead and make the bow. It's hard for me to gauge how long it's going to take for me to, because when I make a big wreath, I prep a lot. And it usually still takes me an hour. So my 45-minute craft around the clock just don't cut it. Mr. Floyd's doing good. You know, working. You only put it up 2 weeks before Christmas, Patty? Chill's got her tree up. Oh, entrance table done. You're not doing anything more. Well, you know, when the kids were here and there was more people coming and going from the house, I decorated it a lot more. The tree's up, and my mantle's got some stuff on it. It's not done. I didn't put my garland up. I just put my houses up. Okay, so this makes our outside done. Okay, so now we go back to mesh. Because if we put our mesh here, we'd had a hard time doing. Oh, it was going to roll off the table. We'd had a hard time getting the inside ones on. So some people fold it like an accordion. I just scrunch up the middle. Oh, I see, Patty. Yeah, that makes sense. Having a wood stove would really do it. Okay. Oh, I forgot to bring that up. You don't want to hide your pipe cleaners. My ex-husband and I heated with wood, but we didn't get a real tree. My mom and dad always got a real tree up until probably a few years ago. We had a really bad winter one year when I was a kid. I was probably about 11. And we got snowed in. So where I lived in Illinois, it was so flat and things would just drift and drift. And Good thing we had chickens to get eggs. So my grandpa, I lived right next door to my grandparents. They cut out the top part. Hi, Monica. How are you? Grandpa let us cut out the top part of his tree to have a real tree. Grandma had the old silver tree with the rotating light thing that sat under it. I wish I had that tree now. You know, they've kind of come back into style. So we're just trying to make sure that we're overlapping them. Oh, that was my other one. There we go. Good. We were just talking about who's got our tree up and all that goodness. In Illinois, right south of Champaign-Urbana, about 3 hours south of Chicago, in the small town of Pascola. That's where I graduated from. It's been a couple of years in the upper part of Michigan, not the UP, but just the upper part of the mainland. And my first husband was in the Air Force. So I gave birth to 3 kids, and each one was born in a state I've lived in. One in Illinois, one in Michigan, one in Ohio. Just scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Are you from Illinois, Dina? Hi, Tammy. How are you? There we go. Normally I bring these up. I kind of forgot. We just got one more to go. You put the tree up before Thanksgiving, and all the rest of the decorations inside and outside go up the day after. Well, you go, girl. My tree goes up Thanksgiving night, too. Well, hey, Derica. How are you doing? Oh! You have a ton of stuff. I have a ton of stuff, too, but that's just not getting it out this year. My first husband was at Jeanette. Yep, in Rantoul. I lived in Rantoul for a while. So, yep, I know the area very, very well. Okay, so you can see how thin this is. And that's what we use in our doors in Ohio, because you have a storm door. Of course, you know, Jeanette's not there anymore. See here, we do. So I'm just matching. This set is on the green. I don't have as much stuff. I don't do like, I used to have like the deer, the lighted deer, and the little spiral tree. Well, through the windstorms, it's gotten damaged, and I just didn't replace it. Now that we've been doing some woodworking, I think I'm going to have my husband make some like cutouts of plywood where you put it up against the house and then you put a backlight to it. Looks really neat. Just haven't got it done. You know, every time we sit down at night and say, oh, we should have done this, should have done that, there's just not enough hours in the day. We still do work. You turned out the lights? Yep, I was still in Illinois when that happened. Or was I? Yeah. Because actually, I went to truck driving school to drive a semi back in my 20s. And that's where we did our training. Our driving part was up at Jeanette. So I was driving a semi out there on the runway. And then I lived in that trailer court right off of the base for a few years. We were stationed after he went to tech school in Chanute, and then we were stationed up in Michigan, which I was glad for because we were supposed to go to the Black Hills, North Dakota. So I was happy about that. We were still about 13 hours away from home then. I don't make as many wreaths as I was. There for a while, I was making 4 a week. Oh, thank you, Monica. Listen, girl, I got ribbon out my wazoo. I've been making sign and ribbon kits. Basically, you get a sign and you get 20 yards of ribbon. Or I've had people ask me, can I just buy the ribbon and not the sign? So I've done that. It's a cool way to get 4 different kinds of ribbon for whatever projects you want. Don't have to be a wreath maker. Here's our last one. Oh, my husband's still awake. Oh, no, that was my granddaughter. Thought she was sleeping. Hi, Janet. Thank you. He told me traditional Christmas, which kind of shocked me because I was asking him. He worked a really long shift today, and I was asking him what he wants on his sign because we make our own signs. And he's like, I don't know, Merry Christmas. And I'm like, okay, that's all you're going to tell me. You're getting elves. So here's our sign that I made tonight. So you can see this, if you've ever watched anybody else make wreaths, see how skinny this is. We're talking like 4 inches. Okay, we're doing good. Couldn't need those. I made a bow. I got enough ribbon to make another one if we have time. So if you were here in the beginning, I super glued table mounts to my sign. I like to do that at the beginning, so it says it takes about a half an hour to set up. She woke up sick this morning. I hope I'm not going to get it. But usually how it goes, one person gets sick and everybody gets sick. The last time I got COVID, yeah, yuck, my husband didn't get it. So that was really weird. Let's decide where to put my sign. Now the thing about a pancake wreath is there's not a whole lot of wiggle room to get your pipe laners through. So I have like a 7-inch needle here. I got it at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. I can't remember which. So we're just going to feed them straight down through the mesh. No, Ricky, it just started to spit today. And I mean spit. So then you can pull your pipe cleaner straight through the mesh. You don't have to fight with it. But I heard Indiana and west of us was getting some snow. And up by Cleveland, the lake effect snow. I had to drive north this morning, about an hour, to get my fingerprints done. Hey, Richard, how are you? Huh? Water? Just use it from the sink, honey. Yeah, unscrew the little round thing. I bought her a little humidifier for her room. Ran out of water. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, good to see you too. And I'm making a wreath this time. You never know what I'm going to make. I got to make some grave saddles. I don't have any in the shop because fall's over. Haven't made any Christmas yet. So it's really good that you put attach it on all four sides, especially a 6x12 sign, because you don't want it flopping. Ouch! And they are sharp. They are needles. These are about like upholstery needles. There we go. I'll just flip it over. Make sure it goes around a wire. Okay, where'd my other one go? Oh, over here. So if you do live in an area, when you drive around, look at people's front doors. See if they have what they have on their doors. If they have storm doors. Some people will hang a bigger wreath on the outside of their storm door. Not everybody will like to do that. It just depends on your area. If you sell your things, and not just make them for yourselves and family, you kind of got to find out what your demographics like. Like, I can't sell centerpieces. I love to make centerpieces, but I sell more online than I do in my shop locally. People here just don't. And I'm doing a figure 8 with my pipe cleaners because you don't want it. Now that sign's not heavy, but if you were hanging, that's where you hang yours, Patty, on the outside. Patty's on YouTube. If you didn't know, I do have a YouTube. So if Facebook ever gives you issues, you can always hop over there on YouTube because I stream to both at the same time. So here's that. I don't use a whole lot of 6x12s anymore. Hi, Terry. Your demographics thinks that 25 is a lot for a wreath. I have those too because I have those Dollar Tree wreath makers around me. And then when they see the prices of my wreaths, they have a heart attack. How are you, Terry? See, I have a hard time gauging how much time it's going to take me to make something. I even put the pipe cleaners on and everything. Oh, come on. Fair to midden. There we go. on both sides of my wire. So I'm just doing the same thing, wrapping it, twisting it around the wire, and then I will finish hanging it around a wire. I hate to flip it over after I put my bow on, because then you fluff your bow when you make it, and then you flip a wreath over, and then you smash it. Then you have to fluff it again. But Floyd will yell at me because I'll fluff a wreath, and then I'll walk by and I'll fluff it some more. So here's what, sir, I have a tail that's sticking down here. Nothing says your tails have to be the same length. So since it wants to stick down here, it's gonna get a little haircut. Thank you, Terry. This is called a pancake wreath. Storm door on his house, so. Hi, Curlin. He reminded me that his tree is up, but his fall wreath is still on his door. So I said, all right. So here's what we got so far. Thank you, Jill. We got about 10 more minutes. Let's see here. I don't really have room to put a bow down here. Maybe I'll make him a bow and he can, thank you, since we got a little bit of time. Thank you, Monica. We'll make him another bow and he can put it on his tree or something. Or if he, no, I don't think he's got any lanterns. Well, awesome, Terry. Thank you. So if you are not a wreath maker, this is a easy designer pro. What am I going to do with that? It's huge, Richard. Stacy bought it for me. Little shyster. She's always buying me stuff. This, they're supposed to not come out. Well, the pegs don't come out, but the whole thing will drop below. So I don't know. I do like that it's wider so you can see the numbers. If you rely on numbers, which I do. You have a Bodabra? I have one too. It is quite the size. It is. I dovetail as I go, or else I forget. So this is called a funky bow. So basically you make an X. Hey, Deanne. Huh. I bought the Bodabra just to hold my mesh. That's the only reason I bought it. I made a bow on it once, and I don't like making bows on it. Hey, girl. Yeah, so I use it to hold my mesh. I used to do bundles of my mesh and my ribbon, and then I decided I didn't like how it went in. But I probably wouldn't have bought it because I have 7 of the Easy Bow Makers because I bought them for like when I do a wreath class. So now you put a tail over a loop and a loop over a tail. See, I know I'm not normally on this late, but I'm not going to work tomorrow, so I figured, what the heck? So if you are looking for sign and ribbon kits, let me know. Hey, Sage. Thank you. So loop over tail, tail over loop. You make an X. I just switched jobs. I'm going through, I just got fingerprinted this morning. I will work in a durable medical equipment place doing billing. So those who know me know I have a bad back, so working at Lowe's lifting doors was not cutting it. So right now I'm just working here and there, or selling for my business until I start there. Yeah, I actually had to drive an hour north, and I thought I was in the wrong place. It was I forget what it was called, but it was like a UPS store where you mail things out. And I walk in and you can mail things out and you can buy some crafts and you can get your fingerprints done. Just like, a little electronic, looked like I was going to jail. Get my fingerprints done. Took me less than 5 minutes. Why I had to drive an hour north is beyond me, but hey, whatever. I had to go where they sent me. Then I have to wait for my background check and all that jazz. I will work in a small office where I sit most of the day, and we don't even have, like, the customers that come in, they have to ring the doorbell, so people just won't be walking in. Hi, Lori. So I'm excited. And it's Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. Woohoo! I'm more excited about that. I've never had a Monday through Friday job. Now we're just gonna flip this out. There we go. So now we just make sure we have everything where we want it. That one's a little long. Hi, Lavada. Then we fluff. And I will be off on holidays. That's right, Patty. It'll be my kind of retail. I've worked retail for 20-some years. I've worked numerous holidays, missed reunions and family events, and so I am very much excited to go into a different field. Ironically, a lot of the jobs that I've been applying for, I've been turned down for because I'm too overqualified. I'm like, listen, I don't want to do what I've been doing. All right, so here's our bow. It's kind of big to put on here, but here is our wreath. Oops, where are we at here? There we go. Hi, Cynthia. We're just finished. Where we go? There we go. So you can see how thin it is. This will definitely fit between his door and his storm door. Thank you, Jill. So I think there's one more creator on Craft Around the Clock. Thanks, Patty. Thanks, Deanne. So make sure you stick around if you're watching on Craft Around the Clock. Just swipe on down. Carlin, thank you. Thank you, Lavada. And if you're not following me, I'd much appreciate if you would pop me on the nose and click those 3 dots. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, Patty. All right, you guys have a great night. Make sure you check out the next creator, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.